Hi guys, KP this side. Hope all of you are doing good and staying safe. So it's been a while that I've done a vlog now, and so I thought, okay, let's just try to get back on track with this vlog series. I have been getting a lot of messages from your end, just that the work pressure is too much, and I couldn't take out time to make a video. So I heartily apologize for that. I have been getting a lot of messages with you asking me why is it that we're not doing the vlog series. Nothing specific, just the work pressure plus some household work is there here and there. So I thought, okay, I won't be waiting for another Sunday now. I'll be doing it right away. So I'll divide today's video in three different parts, and with markets hitting new high, I know a lot of you are thinking whether markets will correct now or will it further go up. What is to be done with your existing investments, or should you be making fresh investments at all at this point of time? So I have tried jotting down certain points under three different segments, and probably this will help you understand how to proceed from here on. The first thing is what you should not do at this point of time. That is my first point of discussion. What you should not do at this point of time. Number one, don't be greedy. When I say don't be greedy, what I'm trying to say is that last 1.5 years have been a V-shaped recovery in the market, considering where we were in the month of March 2020. If you compare from that point of time, there has been very good returns in the market. People have made 50, 60, 70% returns. On the higher side, some people would have also managed to generate 100% returns. But then if you want to stay long in equity, you need to understand that you can't be greedy in a way that you don't have unrealistic expectations of what can happen going forward. It's very important that we don't tend to get greedy with our return expectations, and we have to accordingly set some realistic goals and invest in equity. What happens is when we are having too much of greed in mind, that is when we try to do certain stupid things, and we suddenly start losing the belief in the equity markets or in your equity advisor. In both of these are not good. So you have to be patient. You have to still keep trusting the asset class as a whole. There is no doubt that I have been saying this for a decade now, and I still maintain this. Equity will turn out to be the best asset class, provided you have realistic expectations from it. And that is what my second point is also about. No unrealistic return expectations you can have. That is point number two, which is very important. Don't set unrealistic expectations. First, try to understand when you have a particular goal in mind. Then let's say when we're talking about the equity return expectations, you need to understand your return expectation from equity has to be done on a relative basis by comparing it with other asset classes, not what equity has done in last 1 year. That is a blunder. You can't do that. Just like what I said a few minutes back, if you have gotten very good returns in the last 1 year or so, that does not become a benchmark for you going forward. You have to be very clear about it, that your return expectations cannot match what has been done in last 1 year, because that was more like a recovery from the bottoms which were new in the market, right, because of the pandemic. So you have to understand that your expectations have to be very realistic about the return generation, and anything around 20% plus, if you are able to get at the end of the year, you should be happy, because no other asset class is giving you that much return. I'm not saying 20-25% is the optimum return that a person can make. It can be more than that, but for you as a threshold, 20-25% return is what you can, what you should be having as a target. And anything above that will depend on large number of factors: how markets perform from here, how the economy is recovering from the dent which was created last year, how the global markets are performing, how the global scenario is with respect to the political situation. All these things will have a role to play during this next 1 year or so. So you have to be very realistic about your return expectation. If we set unrealistic goals and when they are not achieved, that is when we tend to get disappointed. But then you need to understand is your disappointment justified? The answer is no. If a client comes to me, now the normal tendency is when a new potential client comes to me and the person tells me, you know what, last year I did it on my own and I made a return of 40%. This year, since I'm planning to take your services, I am at least expecting 60-70% of return. No, that is a very wrong way of looking at it. You can't compare your last year returns with the scenario now, because now markets are if I don't say overpriced, at least I can say they are reasonably priced, they are fully priced now. From here on, it has to be stock specific, it has to be sector specific, and you will have to work hard for your returns. It's not going to be you pick up any Tom, Dick, Harry stocks and they will give you good returns. It's not gonna happen. So you have to exercise extra caution now, and you have to be very, very specific about your picks. But yes, 20-25% return a year, even if that we are able to manage from equity markets, you should be more than happy. Trust me on that. The third point in this is beware of both highly positive and highly negative people. Now, since markets have done well in last 1 year, there are a lot of marketing gimmicks being created. Not everybody is as clear and blunt about the strategies like the way we are at KP Advisory. You have to understand there are a lot of marketing gimmicks being created. You put 1 lakh and we will give you double the amount in less than 3 months, or just with 50,000 of investment you can make 1 lakh or 50,000 or 70,000 per month. No, any advertisements or any marketing gimmicks which gives you an impression that you can make very high returns in the market, stay away from that. At the same time, you need to understand you have to stay away from people who are being very negative. See, in this market scenario, when Nifty has gone past 16,500, the easiest thing to predict is a market correction. That's the easiest thing. तुक्का भिड़ गया तो बहुत अच्छा बात है. So for anybody to come up and be a hero by saying, you know what, markets are going to correct now, it doesn't take a lot of efforts or a lot of guts to say that, because probabilities are high for markets to correct. Whether that will happen or not is a different thing altogether, but probabilities look good that okay, one bad news comes in and markets will show some correction, and then this person who said I was anticipating market correction can become a hero by saying, see, I already told you markets will correct. But point is, let people come up with very good reasons why market corrections are anticipated. Till the time we don't have very good reasons for market corrections, we should not get negative about market. Now, see, plus 200, minus 200, plus 300, minus 300 Nifty movements are normal. They are not called deep corrections in the market. They are just the normal movements which are expected to happen in equity markets. Equity markets, it will be like a heartbeat which is going up, going down. You can't have a stable market. So obviously small corrections here and there is fine, but then are we anticipating a deep correction in the market? The answer is no. Are we expecting a bull run which will continue till 18,000, 20,000 of Nifty value? The answer is it might happen. Eventually it will happen. We all know that. But we don't want to get carried away with it and still invest in stocks which are not potentially good. So we want to be very specific about what we buy, and you have to double check before you buy anything now from here on. Point number D is no panic selling. Just because you saw last week, I have already shared with my clients, last week mid cap and small cap was under tremendous pressure. Some good stocks in this segment were also penalized for one simple reason, because BSE is planning to introduce some now new the procedures are being introduced wherein they will try to control the price of the stocks, but then there are certain criteria for that. It's only applicable for companies which have a market capitalization, I guess, of less than 1,000 crores. So there are very few companies falling in that category, but since they have not clarified properly on day one, but they are proposing to introduce this price control mechanism, because of which some very good stocks in the mid cap and small cap were also penalized, even though they have good fundamentals. So here I want to say one thing to my existing clients is that whatever we make you buy in mid cap and small cap, we have done very good analysis of those stocks and we're very sure about their fundamentals. So yes, some stocks might have shown you a lot of correction, but then this is a good time to average them out rather than doing a panic selling. So there is no panic selling required at this point of time. Hold on to your stocks and wait for the revival. And the next point is no shorting in fundamentally good stocks. Just because some stock has gone past its 52-week high doesn't give you a license to do short positions in them. So you have to be very clear about it, that if stocks are hitting new 52 with high daily, first try to analyze what is the reason for that, why the stocks are going up. It's not that you feel the stock has done a lot of upside, so now there is an anticipation of correction going to come into those stocks, and accordingly you take short positions. That's a blunder. Don't do that. If you're really bearish on the market, then in that case you can probably go for index shorting. That is still fine. But just because some fundamentally good stock, let's say for example you feel TCS, which is trading around close to 3500 now, you feel a lot of upside has been done in the stock, so I can start shorting it now. I probably won't suggest you to do that, because you need to understand, if a stock is fundamentally good, there has to be a point of time when the stock will show a fresh breakout and the stock will do more upside. So just because something has gone past your comfort zone does not give you a license to do shorting in it. Try to avoid doing shorting in the stocks in anticipation of market correction. My second segment of discussion is what you got to do. First and the most important thing is you got to have patience. Patience is very important. Probably the markets having a V-shaped recovery in last 1 year, the biggest drawback of that has been that people have forgotten how to be patient in the equity markets, because for simple reason, because we people have gotten used to high returns in the market and we don't have the patience now. Why is it that every time you see stocks going down, the first thing that comes to your mind is stop loss should be triggered now, we should exit this stock, it might fall further down? Why do you want to do that? Especially when it comes to KP Advisory, we are making you buy everything what is fundamentally very good. So why don't you just follow a strategy of buy right, sit tight? Why is it that every time a stock shows some correction and the first thing that comes to your mind is I should exit this stock at this point of time and re-enter at a later stage? Why do you want to do all this? Are you a full-time trader? If you're a full-time trader, you can still justify this nonsensical activity. But if you're somebody who is having a practice, or you're working, or you are having your articleship, whatever be the case, why do you want to waste time doing all this? Why do you want to speculate what is the right time? I have told you multiple times, there is no one on earth who can time the markets. Nobody knows where market is going to be heading next in 15 days or 1 month or 2 months or 6 months. Nobody knows that. Everybody is just playing on their belief. So why do you want to enter into all these kind of strategies where you sell off something because it has shown some correction? If you know you have purchased something good, then why don't you learn this, to be patient enough to hold on to your stocks? Understand one thing, only people who can make money in this market are the ones who have the patience and the courage to see the negative. If you only know how to make money in this market, if you only want to have that kind of a mindset where you only make money in this market, then probably you are not going to stay long in this market. Take my words. Point number B, what you should do is book profits. If you have stocks where you're getting very good returns, I would suggest to book some profits at this point of time, rather than being again greedy and expecting, abhi to aur upar jayega. Only what you book is your profit. What is notional is notional. That's not yours, and anytime it can be taken away by the market. So when market gives you opportunity to book good profits, please take them, with all due respect to the market. Third point is to buy in staggered manner. If you have free funds, or if you are rolling over your capital, like you sold off some shares by booking profits and you have money, and let's say you target one particular stock, let's say you target to buy Reliance, and you have a capacity to buy 200 shares of Reliance, my suggestion would be not to buy the entire 200 at one go. Probably you will stagger your buy in 2 or 3 phases, where you will buy 100 shares and then wait for some consolidation again before you re-enter the stock, or you will buy 75 shares and then buy again 75 and then buy 50. Maybe you can stagger it over a period of week or 2 and divide your total buy capacity. Next is point number D, is what you should do is understand the economic scenario. When people say markets valuations are unjustified, we expect markets to correct, you need to understand market is just a representation of the economic scenario. You need to understand, when you are betting on stocks in the equity markets, you're basically betting on your economy. And as far as the Indian economy is concerned, I have said this many a times and I repeat myself, Indian economy is going to flourish more and more in times to come. You don't underestimate the capacity and the capabilities of your country's economy, we as a country will do probably very good in times to come, especially with, you know, a lot of countries uh, boycotting China as a whole, plus China having their own set of problems, as a result of which they are putting a lot of restrictions on certain goods. They are making their conditions, their policies more hostile for the domestic segment. It is only going to create more opportunities for countries like India. India is a very promising economy, especially when businesses will be taken away from China, and these businesses will come in the hands of developing nations like India. We as a country have a very, very secured and good potential as far as the future is concerned. So you have to bet your money not on the equity markets but on the you know, Indian economy. Understand one very important thing, guys. Last high of Nifty was 12,500. So when you see Nifty being at 16,500, you see Nifty is trading very high. What is your benchmark with which you're comparing? You're comparing it with the last high before which a sudden fall happened in the market. So you're comparing it with 12,500. But you need to understand there has to be some point at which markets will go up. You need to understand that. It's very important you understand that, because if it's always so easy, then there was a time when Nifty was trading at 7,000, and when Nifty went to 8,000, 9,000 mark, then the only thing people should have done is go short on the markets. And if they would have continued doing short positions in the market, they would have probably lost all their money, because from 9,000 Nifty has also gone to 16,000, right? From 16,000 someday markets will also go to 20,000, and then 25,000, and then 30,000. Everything is going to happen. So you need to understand gradually this market is going to go up. Just because it has gone past its last high does not make suddenly the stocks overvalued. Understand that. So you need to understand, till the time there is no very, very strong reason for markets to correct, deep corrections are not going to happen in the market. Just that we have to, with every time market going past its previous high, we only have to become more and more careful in our investments. That's it, as simple as that. And the next point, what you got to do is invest only in top quality stocks, which I have been telling you from day one, and that is what we follow in InvestorWise, is that we always try to make you buy stocks where we feel there is huge potential on the upside. We do a lot of you know, analysis and studies before we recommend something to you. That is why you would see, when you have been a client to me and you keep asking me, should we hold it further, should we hold it further, and my only answer is yes, you got to hold it. It's because we have done our homework properly, and for us it's more like a science, where we have put in certain formulas, calculated the numbers, and based on which we are giving you buy recommendations, and there is no guesswork involved in this. So we are not playing the cards, you know, by our fortunes. We are doing our hard work, and based on which we are giving you recommendations. So my personal suggestion is, you have to be more specific in what you buy, and one way of doing it is by doing your thorough research. If you're not good enough to do thorough research, or if you don't have time doing it, it's better you take services from some advisor. Need not be KP Advisory, there are a hell a lot of advisors out there, you can choose any of them. But if you want to go with the safe ones, you can come to us. And so these are 5 points I told you what you shouldn't do, and 5 points what you got to do. Let me recall it for you. What you shouldn't do: don't be greedy, don't have unrealistic return expectations, because it will backfire on you. Beware of both highly positive and highly negative people around you. As far as markets are concerned, even in normal life, you should stay away from these both category people. And next point was no panic selling at this point of time. If your stocks are going down, just don't sell them off and book losses. Don't do that. That's stupidity. And no shorting in fundamentally good stocks. What you got to do: have patience, book profits where you are getting good profits. Whatever you buy fresh, buy in staggered manner if possible. Understand the economic scenario, because no matter what people say, I still believe markets are true representation of the economic scenario, and as a country we are a very strong economy. Take my word for that. And invest only in top quality stocks. It may be mid cap, small cap also, but till the time it's not coming as a rumor from somebody you were sharing the lift in your office, or from somebody when you are having your lunch, somebody comes and tells you buy this XYZ, because he or she has gotten information from somewhere that this stock might do very well. Don't buy stocks based on that. Do your thorough research before you do that. When people say markets are at all-time high, there are no good opportunities left in this market, I just want to prove you wrong over here by sharing 5 stocks with you, where I'm not betting on the time in which they will perform, but I'm sure these stocks will perform well in times to come. And if you're looking at sheer investments, these stocks are what you should consider. My first pick is Adani Ports at the rate of rupees 705, with my target being around 780. That is my short-term target, 780. Again, I'm not saying short-term means 15-20 days. It has to be in months. And my second target for the stock would be 840. Around 705, you can buy Adani Ports. Company has been posting stupendous returns back to back in multifold growth they have shown in their profits. Back to back for many quarters, they have been giving good numbers. They have been, the Adani Group has been doing aggressive buying of many ports across the country. And I personally feel this stock will easily go past 780 mark. And if you can hold it for long term, my next target would be 840. Next is Tata Motors at the rate of 304, 305. Another very good value investing. The stock was trading very comfortably close to 360 rupees when the company reported they might have problems with the chips which are being used in the manufacturing of the cars, and these chips were earlier being imported from European countries, and because of lockdown there was shortage of chips, because of which Maruti, Eicher Motors, every auto sector company is suffering. And I personally feel that is the reason why our auto sector has been beaten down at this point of time. But good news is Tata Motors is now setting up a project where they will manufacture their own chips. So this problem is expected to be resolved. Plus the introduction of the electrical vehicles is where the company seems to be having an upper hand, and I hope they will do very good in that. So buying Tata Motors at a rate of around 304 with a target of 360 being my first target, and then going past 390 is what I feel in times to come. Again, I am repeating it, only those people should buy these stocks who have the patience. If you have a tickling problem in your stomach, please stay away from these stocks. My next pick would be MCX, Multinational Commodity Exchange, which has done I think close to 1800 in its last results, but after that stock has shown huge correction, around 300, 325 rupees of correction, around 1485, 1490. This is a very good stock, with my first target being 1600, and then it can, if you can hold it on for a longer period of time, probably it will go past 1700, 1750 mark also. Next is HDFC Life, which is another fundamentally very good stock. The stock has shown a lot of consolidation and support. It has gained very good support in the range of 670, 675. You can buy it and you can hold it for a target of 750 in times to come. And next is my favorite at this point of time, which was recently introduced in an IPO, that is Shyam Metallics. At a rate of around 410, 412, you can buy this stock. I think today's closing was close to 415 because of metal sector performing well. But this stock can definitely be purchased at its current price of 410, 415 with a first target of 460, and then it can easily go past 520 rupees in times to come. The company has recently launched its IPO, and the last couple of quarters they have done very good numbers, and their guidance for the upcoming quarters is also very strong. So I personally feel this is another one stock which you can consider as your investment. So when people say that markets are at all-time high and there are no good opportunities left in the market, I just want to prove them wrong by giving you these 5 stocks. You can take my words. This video will be available on YouTube, and like all my videos in the past which I've done, where I've proven it with numbers that the targets have been done. I'm sure these ones will also do their targets in times to come. You just have to buy them and hold them with patience. But if you are somebody who does not have patience and you are like restless about your investments, then probably stay away from them, because these stocks which I've recommended you are purely based on fundamental analysis, and they might take time, but this is the place where your money will be safe and secure, no matter Nifty is trading at its 52-week high. And even if market corrects, I am very sure these stocks will not have a lot of correction in them, because they are already trading very cheap in the market at this point of time. I hope the video has been useful, guys. You have to exercise some caution in your investments. You have to be positive on the markets as a whole. But you might be 1 year, 2 years old in this market, but markets are here for decades now, and markets are going to stay here. So there is no point wasting your energy thinking अभी करेक्शन आएगा, अभी मार्केट से निकल जाते हैं, बाद में वापस सोचेंगे क्या करना है. This is a bullshit theory which you should stay away from. There are a lot of brokers, there are a lot of advisors out there who have zero knowledge about markets, and they are giving you all the wrong information. And you need to understand, everybody have their personal interest when they are suggesting something like this to you. Especially the brokers will ask you to square off your positions, because that is how you will sell off, then you will buy again, and that is how they earn their brokerage. So uh, you know me well. I have always been talking positive about market, not because I am into advisory services, but because for the last 30 odd years we have seen our parents doing equity markets, and we have seen one thing: people who know how to buy right and hold it till it gets to the target, they have done really good in this market. And that is what I can suggest to you based on my limited knowledge. Till we meet again, cheers guy, bye bye, God bless all of you, stay bullish.